Liminal spaces are an in-between or transitional space between two places.
This look like where I go in my dreams when I get chased by a dude who looks like Dahmer and I'm running in slow motion, just like, help! Anybody else have that same dream as me? A homeowners association can kiss my ass. If I want to paint the outside of my door with a large-scale naked picture of LeBron James, I'm gonna do that, okay? You're not gonna stop me. I will pay that fine gladly. Picture this, you're living with your nice, beautiful family at the end of your life, or retirement, I should say. You got a dog, a couple cars, and you're living in the suburbs. Sounds nice until you realize the suburbs are actually not what you think they are. And actually, a lot of times in American suburbs, there are some creepy activities going on. So today we're gonna be checking out why American suburbs are so creepy.
Have you ever walked down a suburban street or an empty parking lot and thought, this place feels creepy?
No, if you ask me, no, I haven't, because I was raised in the deepest, darkest trenches of the hood. People around my gang didn't know if there was fireworks or gunshots that we were hearing. You know, anytime you walk up, there might be a dude coming up to you, grabbing you by the shirt, pulling you by the collar, and shaking you for your lunch money at any moment's notice. So no, I didn't grow up in a nice suburban community like you guys did. We were actually tough where I'm from. Looking at this, like, it's just soulless. Like, where's the basketball courts? Where's the cookouts? Where's the life, man? Where's community?
The uniformity, lack of diversity, and the endless maze of sterile streets. It's no surprise that suburban...
It kind of like reminds me of like Starbucks. This scenery right here doesn't give off like Starbucks, no seasoning, onion green bean casseroles. And no, I'm not saying that just because, oh, white people live in the suburbs. There's a type of white people who are just like the standard, and then there's the white people with flavor, bro. And this does not look like the white people with flavor, bro. This ain't the white people who are good at baking, good at freaking barbecue. No.
It's no surprise that suburban horror is a popular genre seen in countless movies and shows.
Oh, it is?
But what's even more prevalent are images of suburbs being used as liminal spaces. Liminal spaces are an in-between or transitional space between two places.
This look like where I go in my dreams when I get chased by a dude who looks like Dahmer and I'm running in slow motion, just like, help! Anybody else have that same dream as me?
Think of hallways, stairwells, or airports. These images have become very popular on the internet.
Yeah, it's almost like a picture that you've seen before. I don't know, you just get this eerie vibe from seeing the photo. Yeah. And there's no life. It's just lifeless. It just looks like, it almost looks like a movie set, bro. Am I tripping?
Internet depicting eerie abandoned places that evoke feelings of unease, nostalgia, and sadness. So is it not concerning that the places we live in are considered strange and creepy?
No, it is. I'm concerned.
Why is everything in...
Why is America so bland? I was shocked when you showed Popeyes and Jiffy Lube. What the hell is Jiffy Lube? I need some lube for the Jiffy? Okay.
America look like this? There's no good urban planning anymore.
Facts, bro. Why do we have the world in freaking America catered to cars? Like, bro, I went to Japan not to flex, bro. Tokyo, it was so freaking walkable, bro. It was like, dude, everybody was walking. I mean, there was cars, don't get me wrong, but the transportation system, the trains, the buses, the streets to walk, everything was so freaking efficient, bro. Like, don't this just make you want to walk, bro? You can walk here, everywhere, bro. People are walking in the middle of the street. It don't matter, bro. They don't care about cars, and I feel like that's for the betterment of society, bro. It just prioritizes capitalism and the commercialization of society, bro. Everything's a business. Everything's about efficiency and spending more money. And I don't have gas money. I barely have McDonald's money, bro.
There's no good urban planning anymore.
Like, I think it's like the silence of the suburbs that kind of scared me. Like, it's quiet.
Us humans made sense of our environment through context. Playgrounds should have kids playing in it, malls should have people shopping, and parking lots should be full of cars.
Facts. This right here is just whack, dog. Like, this parking lot is bigger than the mall itself.
But when you take these environments away from their context, it creates a strange and uncanny feeling. That something is missing. Picture a playground at night, an abandoned mall, or an empty parking lot.
These just look like movie sets. I don't know. No, you know what it looks like? It looks like North Korea. 90s North Korea, where like after Kim Jong-un had a speech and everybody dispersed.
This is the essence of what makes these liminal space images feel so weird. The term for this is called canopsia, a place that's usually bustling with people, but is now abandoned and quiet.
Okay.
These images give off the feeling that humans have suddenly disappeared and we are peering into a post-apocalyptic world. But despite this, these places still appear neat and well maintained. Who's mopping the floors? What's keeping the lights on? Suburbia is built like a city. You have houses, sidewalks, and streets, but where is everyone?
Yo, these look nice, I ain't gonna lie. And I bet you these cribs are probably like $3 million each, a pop.
Everything appears neat and organized despite being so desolate. It's the perfectly manicured lawns and the uniformity of the houses.
Right.
Almost everyone is driving in cars because suburbia is designed exclusively for cars, and Nothing is at a human
Yeah.
scale.
Oh wait, that's Texas. Texas, HEB. Texas, this is Texas, gotta be, right? Right? Is there HEB otherwhere?
Nothing is at a human scale. It's the large signs used to catch drivers' attention.
Yeah, bro. Like, once you start seeing all these big signs, that's how you know these streets are specifically made for cars, because it's to catch people's attention while they're driving past. And be like, oh, you know, you're all the way back here, I don't know, in the distance, and you see freaking Burger Time. Let's just make a freaking right turn and turn into freaking Burger Time, because guess what? It's Burger Time. If I see Burger Time sign, I'm not gonna think it's Burger Time. Anyways, fat Americans, but open till 2 a.m. I want to get a weight check on the average person who goes in here, bro. Brief intermission. If you're enjoying the video so far, please make sure you sub to the channel. We are on the road to 30,000 subscribers. Thank you very much.
Large signs used to catch drivers' attention, and the massive roads and parking lots need to accommodate
this little space for this big parking lot. Why do we even have this lot? Just build more property here. Build more things.
all the traffic. And the architecture is bland and functional because if everyone's going to drive past it, why bother making it look nice?
That's a good point.
This also means suburbia is devoid of people. Everything is too far and dangerous to walk anywhere.
Facts.
Because our streets are built like highways.
Bro, where I live, it's exactly like that. It's like, bro, I don't feel like walking nowhere because number one, I mean, if you live in a city, it's kind of dangerous in certain parts. And then number two, it's like there's nothing interesting to even walk to. You gotta like walk all the way across these like long crosswalks and stuff. This crosswalk alone right here is just too long. Like this probably takes you like 20 seconds, 30 seconds to get past. Realistically, this right here should be sidewalk. This right here should be sidewalk. And these two lanes should be going this way. That's it. That's it, bro.
They use wide, highway-sized lanes, and the road itself is flat and straight,
Facts.
allowing drivers to drive at high speeds. These look a lot more like race tracks than a city street. So everything becomes a thoroughfare rather than a destination.
A what?
Everywhere becomes a place to drive through and not a place to drive to.
Oh, bars. It's a drive-through, not a place to drive to, because you want to drive through the city and then get to the drive-through at a local burger place to make you fat, and that's why America sucks, right? I think. Maybe I lost it. I'm sorry.
Despite how car-centric it is, the concept of suburbia has nothing to do with cars. The definition of suburbs are literally just places on the outskirts of a city, and they have existed for centuries.
Right.
Suburbanites from the Roman Empire were definitely not driving around.
When did I Show Speed and Mao Zedong link up? Anyways, dude. If this is the suburbs of back in the day, take me back hundreds of years ago. And yes, before anybody says that, I know people would not allow my kind to exist and flourish in a European whatever place like this. I know, dude. I would have been, yes, slavery. We get it. We get it, bro.
Suburbanites from the Roman Empire were definitely not driving around in their Ford F-150s. Even today, you find suburbs all over the world, and apart from North America and a few other English-speaking countries, they're vastly
See, like, this one looks kind of chill. This is an ideal suburb, I think.
different. Even North American cities used to build walkable
is like
human-scale
LA.
suburbs. The reason we don't build suburbs like this anymore is because we made it illegal. Zoning laws dictate what
What's
kinds
that?
of buildings can be built and where. This place is zoned for stores, and this area is zoned for apartments.
Okay.
But on majority of our residential land, it's zoned exclusively for single-family.
This shadow clone jutsu looking compound plot of land, dude. Why are they all just like, there's no character? This literally just looks like an Airbnb. Like, all of them look like Airbnbs.
This is why suburbia has the same repetitive cookie-cutter houses.
Yeah.
Because it's literally illegal to build anything else.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Then there's parking minimums. I already talked about this in a previous video, but essentially, these laws force every building to provide an excessive amount of parking.
Okay.
It's estimated that there are 8 parking spaces for every car in America.
There are 8 parking spaces for every car in America. Why? Why do we need all that, bro? We can make a plot of land, grow some more trees, grow some crops, plant some more affordable housing, which I know a lot of people hate, but we need it, bro.
Humans like to be spatially contained by walls because it makes us feel protected. So when you're standing in the middle of a giant Walmart parking lot, you feel exposed and uncomfortable.
Okay.
If that wasn't enough, many suburban neighborhoods have what's called homeowners associations,
What's that?
or HOAs, which are basically organizations that enforce rules on residents and their property.
Okay.
This usually prevents you from changing how your home looks, such as painting your front door a different color or installing a certain kind of fence.
Man, fuck, homeowners association can kiss my ass. If I want to paint the outside of my door with a large-scale naked picture of LeBron James, I'm gonna do that, okay? You're not gonna stop me. I will pay that fine gladly. For the glorious king, I'm paying it.
Sometimes you can't even install solar panels because they would be, quote, too visible from the streets.
They're taking the personality out of everybody's homes and out of everybody. And what is the bigger goal of this? I'm trying to think. Okay, what do you think? Are they doing this to like keep the people, I don't know, more freaking like I don't know what I'm doing. Genuinely don't know though. I genuinely do not understand. Why are they doing this? Like what? Let's tell them they can't put solar panels on their house because they're too visible. But really the reason why is we don't want them to use, their own renewable energy. We want to make them pay the energy bill because it's more, going into our pockets.
Freedom, am I right?
I'm woke, bro.
Because the design of suburbia is dictated by so many rules, everywhere
yuck, bro. Looking at this just not give you disgust?
Starts to look the same. Can you guess where this footage was taken from? This is why people describe liminal space images as oddly familiar and why people feel so nostalgic about them even if they've never actually been to where these pictures were taken. Because when everything everywhere looks the same, they all lack identity and a sense of place.
So basically he's saying that because I've been in something similar, or odds are I've been in something similar because I'm American, I'm from America, we all have this sense of nostalgia to a place that we've never been in specific, but because we've been to somewhere similar, we get that same type of vibe because everything is, all the same. Personality of the houses all being the same. That's why he's talking about the parking lots all being huge. Everything just being a copy and paste. Okay, I think I'm understanding.
They all lack identity and a sense of place. Places lack a sense of place when they have no connection to where they're located.
Okay.
Think of gas stations, fast food chains, and department stores. These are non-places. Places that...
Where we at? Are we in Korea with it? What the? Tofu. Is BCD tofu? Is BCD tofu? Yo, if y'all are near a BCD tofu, yo, try that. Amazing food, bro.
simultaneously nowhere. Car-dependent infrastructure is incompatible with local small businesses. Large single-use buildings and parking lots are expensive and only corporations can afford them, compared to smaller lots that are right up against the streets. And because car-centric infrastructure makes everything spread out, it takes more time to drive to different stores and find parking.
Okay.
So it becomes more convenient to do all your shopping in one place.
Okay.
This results in the copy and paste town, a place that has nothing unique and only the same chain stores as the one next to it.
See, like, I get what he's saying in particular because I could not identify this area, but I could tell you there's like 10 places in my city alone that look just like this that could be this, you know what I'm saying? And I'm sure a lot of y'all that live in America could relate. Like, if you live in freaking Nebraska, I know there's some place that looks like this. If you live in freaking Texas, this probably is Texas. I don't know.
Unsurprisingly, people make fun of this all the time. Here's a beautiful natural landscape, all it needs is a highway and a Walmart parking lot. Nature is rarely found in liminal spaces because they have no context. Beautiful natural landscape, all it needs is a highway and a Walmart parking lot. Nature is rarely found in liminal spaces because they have no context. They just grow wherever they want, whenever they want. They're not
all you're gonna get is like weeds, some like long or short grasses that look like they've barely been watered, and maybe some trees if they feel like it. After that, you're not getting nothing, which by the way, to me, greenery or like bushes or flowers makes everything look so much more aesthetic, makes everything look so much nicer, and makes me want to be in an area. Like if those big, whatever you call it, crosswalks with all these different stores or whatever had more trees and luscious greenery, I would actually feel a little bit more indifferent towards them.
Natural. Cities, although man-made, are similar to nature. They have always formed and grown incrementally rather than orderly.
Okay.
As the saying goes, Rome wasn't built in a day, and great cities weren't either. In the past, they started out as small villages beside a river or a train station. People had a tiny wooden shack and a dream. As time went by, more and more people moved into the village and incrementally built more onto it. Soon, those small crummy shacks became 3-story brick buildings, and the bumpy dirt road got paved with smooth asphalt. Modern suburbia, on the other hand, is built all at once to a finished state. One day, you have a piece of farmland, and overnight, an entire neighborhood pops out of nowhere. Once it's built, zoning laws prevent it from changing and adapting.
Oh, I got it now. It was kind of going over my head at first, but think about it though. Because we're building all these houses at the same time, they're all going to be looking the same and they're not going to have any character. Versus back in the day when you're building a city up, you're building things at different times, so something's going to look more modern, something's going to look a little older, something's going to have a little more of a vintage, worn-in look because, I don't know, natural disasters or just the weather occurrence like rainfall, for example, will give you more character to a house. I don't know. But nowadays, they're all just plopping these down like cardboard boxes and spawning them in like they're buying them from Home Depot. So of course they're gonna look the same.
They're frozen in place. The best you can do is renovate your house, but when your city is going through a housing crisis, you can't simply build onto these places.
Yeah, and also the housing laws that you talked about a little bit earlier, they stop you from doing that, correct?
You have to sprawl further out and eat up more land. Suburbia tries to mimic rural living while having all the amenities of a city, But in doing so, they can't financially sustain themselves.
Yeah.
When everything is built at the scale of cars, everything from roads to utilities have to be stretched out while serving less people. As a result, suburbs all over the place are decaying because cities can't afford to repair sidewalks or potholes. And so we're left with these empty, decaying lots like abandoned malls.
Right.
Meanwhile, a shiny new Walmart is built on the edge of the city.
And the thing is, they'll never use that space and repurpose it into something that we actually need or actually could use, like some type of, like, I don't know, turn it into a homeless shelter, bro. How about that? I know America hates homeless people, but damn.
It's an endless cycle of growth and decay. These problems are inherently political. Zoning laws need to be changed to allow a more variety of housing, and parking requirements need to be reformed so suburbs aren't full of concrete wastelands. Japan, for example, is known for their narrow and
Yo, call me a freaking genius. I'm like, bro, I will tell you everything you need to know. Just listen to me, okay? As goofy as I may sound, I'm spitting, bro. I'm spitting.
charming streets, which you might think just because
Soba, okay.
Japanese people are just
I
more
read that.
kawaii than us. But it really has to do with
What?
Japanese people are just more kawaii than us. But it really has to do with their policies. Japan has parking minimums, but they're a lot lower and market-driven, making their
Right.
parking lots much more reasonably sized. They also limit on-street parking and require car owners to prove they have an off-street parking spot. Streets look a whole lot better when you remove the cars.
I'm telling you. I'm literally telling you.
Meanwhile,
Listen
the
to me.
province of Ontario in Canada destroys about 300 acres of land every single day
Damn.
to build new car-dependent suburbs. And while Ontario may be big,
Bro, we're getting more deforestation here than the Amazon rainforest.
only 5% of the land is usable farmland. This is why saying suburbs are close to nature is ironic. Suburbs are the reason why cities are not close to nature. Thankfully,
Because they're taking nature down to build a suburb.
Toronto recently allowed higher density houses are not close to nature. Thankfully, Toronto recently allowed higher density housing to be built on single-family residential land,
Okay.
which will hopefully put a plug on the infamous Yellow Belt.
What's that?
Until then, modern suburbia is simply not sustainable, and it's creepy too.
True.
What's also creepy are hackers hacking into your device.
Well, that was why suburbs are so creepy. I mean, dude, you didn't even have to tell us, okay? Liminal spaces, they all look copy and paste. They're all bland. They all give us that same form of nostalgia, but creepy nostalgia because there's no humans, yet somehow they're still clean, intact. And the reason why we get that feeling of creepiness or nostalgia as well is because we probably experienced something that looks exactly like that, even though it's not that. So we know what the vibe is supposed to be. So not seeing any people there is like, what the hell? This is kind of weird. On top of that, all the houses are cookie cutter, copy and paste because they're all being built at the same time. And then our housing laws and zoning laws and parking structure laws keep us from maintaining nice properties that we actually want and building on plots of land that are not even being used for real. One car for every 8 parking spots is absolutely asinine, outrageous, and crazy. And I don't care what you have to say about it, okay? Because who wants to see big billboard signs full of Quiznos, Chipotle, quesadillas, and Taco Bells? We don't want to see that, okay? We want to have parks. We want to have recreation centers. We want to have third spaces where we can hang out. We want to have cafes. We want to have places for the kids to chill at, bro. America needs to change, man. And is that going to happen? No. But that is going to do it for today's video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Join the Discord link in the description. Comment down below what you want to see next. Link me any videos you want me to check out. As always, with that being said, it's Love Hello. I love you, and I'm out.